Good evening, everyone, to Island fans. Another episode, another night that we continue with our fan channel and give you great content in relation to football and sports in general. And we have another night in which we thought we'd just do something interesting. But before we get into it, I want to say again a special good night to all the fans rolling in and to everyone that will watch this video after the fact. We have a lot of fans that do that. And we have a couple people tonight that I want to, as usual, introduce. The usual crew, we got Shaq, we got Moy, we got Drug Test Fred, all right, aka Memphis, aka Lamar Johnson, aka Adam
All
Johnson
right.
cousin. All right,
No
we
man, I
thank
fling out
God
the
for.
government name.
I'm just kidding. I'm playing. Anyway, yeah. So everybody doing good? Doing good so far?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ben. Somebody disappointed. Points dropped on yesterday. Better boys, or no, point gained. Which one? I mean, none of us saw
For
the game,
me,
so
no, we didn't. But for me, just looking at the result, and after getting over the whole fact that it was supposed to show and then it didn't show, I had to follow it on apps, keep refreshing the app over and over again.
yeah,
After
yeah.
after we went down so early, and then right after we scored, then they scored again to go 2 up. I was just happy with the draw. I mean, it's the first game.
Mm,
I think
mm-hmm,
they're supposed to be one of the better teams in the group. Yeah, let's
mm-hmm.
take this
Really?
one on the chin and take this point and go again. Go again on Saturday.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I was really hoping, considering I like the rest of you, I'm not watching the game, and MSC put on, Big Pete towards the end. That I'll get a last
Yeah,
minute goal or something at the end, but didn't happen. But yeah, we'll stick with the 2-2. I like the fact that we battled back, scored after they scored. We didn't let too much time pass. Shows that we have some resilience. So hopefully we'll go and then beat the USVI. I don't know, 4, 5, 6. And get that
Hopefully they
going.
show that game.
Yeah, we'll see how that go, man.
what
I'm
what
trying.
I would
I'm
have
trying to
loved
cut. Go ahead.
what I would have loved to have seen is the manner in which we conceded those goals. I know one was a
Yeah.
penalty. How was the penalty awarded? I would have loved to
Hmm.
see that.
Yeah, we gave a penalty early, boy, like 7th minute. I was like, wow. Anyway, me try to see if I can get an uncle Mahai and Sink right there for help me out or something. Get me so I gotta see that game, man. I don't know if you can go watch the game or something and WhatsApp call him or something because I want to see the game. So we'll see how that go. We'll see how that sorts out. All right, so let's do a little activity tonight. Not sure tonight, but we're gonna have a little fun. We did we did this before, where we do a kind of a would you rather scenario to see where it all fits, in terms of how we see football. And as we've learned in previous shows, we all see the game differently. So let's start with this. All right. The first one is: would you rather have a free season ticket for life, but you have to go to every game in full kit, or never go to a match again? Or never go to a match again. All right, so I'm holding that up there. I don't think this one is too hard. I think all of
Uh,
us should agree with this one, right?
No, full kit, dog.
full kit
Oh,
all day.
all right.
I don't think
Full
necessarily there's
kit.
not a shame in that.
That's not a
Not no
problem.
shame.
I mean, full kid is socks and shorts. And I mean, I don't mind.
Bronx and
I don't
Sinner,
mind.
Really?
everything.
I don't mind. You don't bother me.
I mean,
It's
I
kind of
mean that's
weird
not a
though,
word.
but
We've seen fans going shirtless in the cold like crazy. So
that's true. That's true. That's true. All right. So that one was too hard. I figured that. I mean, free season ticket for life, man. Boy, that ain't bad for sure. To do that.
I just
And
want to
just
see
come to
one match.
everything I can. Yeah, I know. I think all of us would love that. Just to walk in, and be there. More, of course, you'd have plenty seats to sit on. And I'm kidding. Well, I know it's COVID though. It's
it
COVID
is
though. Very
too
soon.
early. Oh my word.
You saying it's COVID now? I don't see no difference in the stadium.
Oh my goodness. I
I
didn't
think
say it, boy. I
I
That
didn't
think
that's
it
say
why
is.
it.
they're
I
doing so
didn't
well
say
this
it.
season now. They're accustomed to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have the
That
12 man.
we we've seen it in a couple. We've seen it in the last couple seasons too. You know.
That is true. All right. Well, we'll see how we go. Whenever I hear they letting some people back in, man, Prime Minister, like 9, 10,000 at a time and so forth, get to sit down in the stadium, spread them out.
Yeah,
You should.
I don't know.
that's
Yeah. I
good.
mean, as long as when I get my ticket, because eventually we'll get a ticket to England. That's the first place we go in. You know,
After 14 days.
this is post COVID. I'm hoping that we actually get to go and man, it's not you want the atmosphere. It's not gonna be
Yeah.
especially
Yeah,
I don't know, man. At Old Trafford, like I know it will be for Etihad and I was gonna say Highbury. Shaka legit was gonna say Highbury. It's weird.
Emirates.
Yeah. So Emirates. I know United, Old Trafford, and the Stretford end where everybody stand up behind the goal. I mean, COVID just messed that up, man. You want to be there. You want to be, jumping on people and some sweaty white man, on top of you
um,
and saying that's
whoa,
Okay.
it.
yo,
oh,
That's what
me know I hear you say nothing
you
about the
have to
French
watch
people them
yourself,
again.
bro.
I'm just saying. You gotta be a part of that, man. And all the red paint all over your face. It's not your paint; it's somebody else's paint. Rubbed on you.
Okay, yeah, change. Next, move on. Move on.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding. All right, this next one. Be remembered as a legend manager or a legend player. Legend
Player.
manager or legend player. I actually thought about this distinctly. I know Memphis, you said player,
Yeah,
but
player.
I just thought about Sir Alex. And I mean, man, though, I could be a legend manager. I could, you know, I could do it.
I could do that as well. But I guess my love for playing would
Hmm.
make me choose a legendary player.
Not all
Um,
bad.
yeah, I think I would choose player. I want to play the game, man.
Player make more money.
Oh my, yeah, keep on money.
Yo,
Oh God.
see you tell Pep
Yo,
don't make a whole ton of money. Pep make a ton of money.
more than
And
Ronaldo,
Yes.
Jose,
Uh, these sponsorships that these people have on the side, sponsors of Jose, have Jose, some kind of commercial somewhere, and just like players, you get your trophy, you get your statue outside and so all them things you still get.
have a
Yes,
stand named after you.
oh man,
I am
Cristiano
sticking
don't
with
have
We
a
player.
talking
stand.
about we talking about legend managers on a whole, like Pep wise or like a Sir Alex Ferguson type.
I would say both because I think Pep will be in that legendary status once he retires.
Right,
I think he'll
right.
definitely be there. But I mean, so Alex have the stand. He have the book and the sponsorship deals, and he doing courses that he's teaching courses at Harvard, statue.
Yep.
He have everything. I mean, um, if you didn't play the game, if you weren't a legend player, then you might end up being a legend manager. You know that could happen. But yeah,
Yeah, I guess so. Because
you could be.
most players that have not reached legendary status turned or could possibly turn out to be a legendary manager.
Hmm.
That's true.
You
What if you
could.
could be born?
But then that's true. Like, well, Zidane might do it. He
No.
Yeah,
could do it. He
I mean,
could
he
do it.
started
But
out well.
You guys,
yeah.
Zidane has it in Champions League. In Champions League
Hmm.
aspect.
Hmm.
Like he has a
But
good start there.
yeah, but overall not quite there. Not there.
No, no,
No,
of course not. Not yet.
no, he's
Not
not
yet.
there. I agree with you. He could be. I mean, if you win some Spanish titles, like 4, 5, 6 of them, then
Yeah,
you have to
along
you
with what
have
he
to put
already won in the Champions League.
yeah
Certainly.
him being a
I think he
legend.
has. I think he has to win the Champions League again. Because until then, they're gonna say it's Ronaldo.
Good
Yeah, that's
point.
true.
Good
Mm.
point.
Yeah,
Good
I
Isn't
point.
start
Good point.
isn't Zidane up there for like coaches for like one of the most Champions League trophies or something like that?
Yeah, yeah. I think he has. I think he's
he won
tied with
three so
three.
far.
Is
Yeah, I
that
think he's
4?
tied. Is that three? Yeah,
It's
the
four.
three they won. Or four? It's four.
It's 4. They won for the 4 in a row.
Even
Okay.
four. Did they?
I thought it was
Not
three.
Won
I
both.
thought it was three in a row. I always thought it was 3 in a
Because
row.
Ronaldo always says he has 5. 1 at United and 4 at Madrid.
Yeah, but they were
Yeah, but
always Zidane.
I
Yeah.
don't think so. They ain't win one
uh,
before
I, don't
Zidane.
think, I don't think they won before Zidane. So if that, because if we're thinking
Um,
back, who were the Champions League winners while Ronaldo
they
was
didn't
at?
win
This is where you have
during the
Jamal.
whole
You don't look
BBC
up the stat.
during the whole BBC era. Didn't
I'll
they
look
win
it up
one
now. Let
before
me see.
Zidane? I think so.
I can't. I know they won the one versus Liverpool. Or they won one versus Atletico.
Is that 2 of them against
Yeah,
Atletico? And the one against Juventus?
He has
Is
won
Juventus?
they won the
his
one.
three Champions Leagues. He's 3 and he
Zidane.
won. Yeah.
Oh, the
But
one
but
was against
but
Atletico was
prior to
when
that,
Ramos scored the late header.
right? But
And
prior to
Ronaldo.
how long before Zidane came in, they won another one. Because then maybe that would explain the fourth one for Ronaldo.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm trying to see if I can put it all together. The last
Because then,
set. So
if
it
you remember
was
the final,
okay, I see. It
mm,
was Carlo Ancelotti won it in 2014 with Real Madrid.
versus Atletico.
hmm No,
Mm.
Yeah.
Carlo Ancelotti, yeah, with Real Madrid.
Yeah,
Then
I
Luis
remember that.
Enrique in 2015, and then Zidane won 3 in a row. Yeah.
I got
So,
married on that. I got married on that day.
okay, it's a good day to get married. Definitely. Okay, so that's
That's
20.
a good way to remember your anniversary.
And make people miss
I don't need
Champions
help
League
though.
finals.
hmm Yeah, so we have Bob Paisley for Liverpool won it 3 times, Ancelotti won it 3 times, Zidane won it 3 times. So those are only 3 managers to have won it 3 times.
Just too
Okay,
much.
but
I have to load it.
Ancelotti to win it with who? Wait, what?
What?
I have to load it.
Let me see
Yeah,
where you
man.
going with that.
Ancelotti gonna win it to
but
Everton.
Yo, you have to make the Champions League first, though.
You
yeah, I'm
good?
going to do that. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I don't know why Murray laughing at me.
What? What? I'm
Why you
confused.
laughing? Is Memphis you laughing because you said about Ancelotti?
Yeah, I'm laughing at Memphis because he said Bob Carlo Ancelotti.
You're
Yeah, the
lucky.
boss. Yo, win it with Everton more likely than Arsenal win it.
And that's the thing. And that's the thing.
Don't worry. People will join the conversation and there will be no more laughing. Just laughing at
I
Arsenal.
don't know Memphis coming at me with that. And he don't have a manager yet though.
Speaking
That's
of
not winning
legends,
something.
Anyways,
this brings my next question.
imagine me
I
not
have
have
2
a manager
questions.
and you're so much points behind me.
Right.
2 questions. 2
You know,
questions. 2
shame.
questions.
But you're still not
Um,
winning anything though.
How
Second
you know
place, you have
that?
the
anything.
trophy.
How you know that?
We're gonna win.
That's to make Emery take revenge for you. You go ahead, man. You go
And
we
ahead.
we
all
have
know
to
it's
play.
gonna
You go ahead, man.
we all know it's gonna be an Arsenal United Europa League final. We all know that's gonna be the case, So
Yo,
we'll
stop
see
before
we'll
you
see
jinx my
what
team. Stop before you jinx my team. You
we'll
just
see
stop.
how that goes. We see
You're gonna see
unless Villarreal
small and just go on winning header, get for Roma in 120th minute just because they say so.
and Villarreal is gonna
I
knock
would love to
Arsenal
see that
6 the
happen.
same time.
Yeah?
I mean,
You
And
think
Moreno
so?
hat
Emery
trick.
will get his revenge.
But
Emery
this
will get
Moreno
one
hat
thing,
trick.
and that's on that side, and whatever anything that Tottenham proved to us is that them teams in the Europa League, anything can happen. It's just football.
Yeah, it's
So
football. I was looking over those goals though from that dude from Dynamo Zagreb.
Oh,
I think yeah, boy. The one where he curled it, boy, from that angle there, boy. That was a beautiful goal, boy. He deserved that hat trick there, boy. I tell you, he deserved that hat trick there. But yeah, everybody else, Jose have 2. No. Yeah.
yeah, Inter and Real Madrid.
Yeah.
no, yes. Wait, it's not 3?
No. He's
It's
supposed to have
Porto.
3. It's
No, it's
Porto
2. Porto
It's
and
2.
Inter. He didn't win at
and
Real Madrid.
Inter. He
Yeah,
didn't win
Porto.
it, yeah.
Mm.
Porto
Man.
and Inter. And Pep got the 2 at Barca, And Pep was supposed to have 3 because it was 2010 where Jose beat Pep to win the 2010 one. Remember
I
that
can't
one?
get no more.
And they reached the final again.
And
Didn't Pep,
We're going to
Well,
add
me
on
and
to
the
this
Pep,
here.
me and the Pep, leave Pep alone. Pep and Jose, because everybody else is not really, doing anything. So, so Alex have two. Yo, y'all forget now. Team manager. Um, what's his name too? Was a good one. What name? Heinkes from Bayern Munich. Remember him?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
He
on
won
him
the
too.
treble,
He did. He did.
and then Pep come and mash up the squad.
Anyway, Flick could get two this year, and then three next year. So moving on with that, he could be in the three elite.
Yo,
Where's the boy? Where's the
mem-
boy?
mem-
I don't know what you're talking about, dear. But me, you're not on the same page.
I do have a question though. Oli is considered a legend for United's club, of United as a club, and for
Mhm.
what he's done for the club. But could he be a legend manager, or it will never happen?
I mean, you
I
can't
feel like we had
blame him.
this discussion on the United show.
Not really.
It's
I
the
think we
but
were saying
it's the same point though. Like he has to get the players and has to take it to the big teams.
I they
When you do
somebody
that
put.
and win couple things,
Mhm.
then boom.
But he could. That's what you're saying. Because it seems to me
Yeah.
that whenever people talking about one manager better than the next, what makes one manager better than the other manager? Is it intellect? Because it can't be coaching badges, because all of them do the same coaching badges. It has to be in terms of trophies that you win.
That's
Is
that
that the gauge?
that's the proof. That's the proof that whatever you're
That's the
doing
trophy.
on the training pitch is reaching to the
Mhm.
player and
So,
translating to trophies.
how many trophies do you have to win to be considered to be a legend manager? That's the question. You know,
A lot.
For Arsenal fans, one.
No way. Come on,
Because
Memphis. I
From Arteta win the FA Cup,
no. From
place
Arteta
massive.
to win the FA Cup, we've said that Arteta is a good manager. That's it.
Mhm.
That's the adjective you used.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
you heard me say he's a legend. You
I
heard
have a
me say
question.
he's
Legend.
great.
Okay.
Can't forget the
I,
Community Shield
Coming off
too.
of Arsene Wenger.
I have a
Come
question
on.
to Shaq then. I have a question for Shaq then. I already said, several times that I think Arteta is a better coach than Oli. And Arteta has won more trophies so far than Oli. But when Oli was supposed to win the Europa League this year, is he equal to Arteta or better than Arteta?
He's still behind because he's only won one trophy and
And we're counting.
he's gotten knocked out at semi-finals after semi-finals time and time
And
again.
Arteta get
So,
knocked out at well,
so
how much stages this season? FA
what
Cup,
stages?
League Cup, FA
Yeah,
Cup,
but
League Cup.
that's not crunch time though. That's not crunch time.
Yeah, but he ain't even make it to crunch time.
If you are a big time manager, when it comes to semi-finals, you have to win those. And if you keep losing that hurdle,
Okay.
I'm saying that
Mhm.
it calls your managerial skills or
Mhm.
intellect into
Mhm.
question. That's just for me.
That's
Okay.
why they joke.
I say
That's why
that's
they
half
joke at
half.
Leicester
I say that's half
because they
half
can't
because
bottle it in the
you
semi-final.
still need because I think that's also down to the players. The players don't have that big game
True,
mentality.
that's
Yeah.
true among players, but then it comes right back down to the manager.
Well,
Yeah, but if you don't have nobody else to play, you have to play them.
Like,
okay,
okay.
but I think Memphis, you should stay with your original point. I think it remains the same that you're right. The big managers step up at the big time, but if you're not even there, why are you even in the conversation? You're not even at the semifinal. You're not even at the quarterfinal. You got knocked out earlier on. You're supposed to
Yep.
be there if you're a good manager. So that's one the reason why I asked is because if the trophies are the gauge, Oli hasn't won. But then if Oli gets a trophy and it's the Europa League, and then he comes second in the league after coming third in the league, and Arteta has won the FA
Is
Cup and
is
come
not
10th
anything
and
Yeah,
though.
come
yeah,
9th.
but then Teliana the second best team in the part.
No, I know people say that all the time. But why is it then that we have a hierarchy? If you have first and you have 20th, why do the bottom three teams get demoted if rankings are not important? Rankings
So
have to be important.
Right, but
Okay,
you
You know,
don't get,
that's
people
okay.
don't remember that you came second. There's nothing, nobody remembers the person
Yo,
who comes second. Nobody
Jose
remembers the person,
remembers.
sorry, the Memphis. Nobody remembers
Mhm.
the person who lost in the finals either. You
Second is
remember the
not a
champion.
trophy. Second is not a trophy. And I'm never saying it is. I guess I'm saying that the way you are on the table tells the progress of your team, not necessarily your accomplishments. You know,
Mm.
so that's like saying fourth place is a trophy. I don't think it's a trophy. I
I
would say that
mean,
if I
it
come
was a
10th in the
trophy
league,
for some people.
if I come 10th, right, you just like to
No,
cause
no,
trouble.
Memphis. That wasn't no trophy for anybody. Everybody wants to get into the Champions League. Tell me right
Mhm.
now. Tell me a season where you don't want to at least make fourth, so you can get into the Champions League.
You have to. You have to. But that's my point. My point is that if I come fourth and you come fifth, why is it that you didn't come fourth? And a lot of people say, well, luck has to do with it. But then what about those people that say that you make your own luck? Why is it that some people have more luck than other people? Shouldn't it come down to just, I'm better than you? You know, I may
Okay,
be better as a team or better individually. But if I get the ball into the net, so the Messi and Ronaldo just lucky all the time, or is it that the hard work they put into it and they're just better than everybody else? So I'm just saying that if I come second, I think you have to give Ollie the credit. You know that he
um,
improved the
Yeah, but
team.
go ahead, Memphis. Go ahead.
so first, I'm gonna just say,
Mhm.
yeah, you came second, but the gap still big.
Yeah,
But
I agree.
also, I have a question because you were saying something about the bottom three. So, do you think Bournemouth was one of the third worst teams last season?
I think whoever gets relegated is the worst. You have to, because if you
Yeah,
were
but
better, you wouldn't get
Bournemouth,
relegated. You
yeah, but
don't
Bournemouth
see,
didn't get
you don't see.
relegated because of them. They don't get relegated because somebody block off a camera angle.
No, but that's unfair. That's unfair because that's my point. My point is that why is it that teams like Bayern Munich win every year? You know, why is it teams that people like Dortmund and other better teams are at the top of the league? Why do we have a top six and a top 10? Why is it some teams fight relegation every season and other teams don't? And then one time there's a team who is in relegation wins the league. Why can't we just accept the fact that regardless of individual talent, which plays a major role, if I'm just better as you as a whole, I'm better as you as a whole. That's how it is, you know. And
No, but
somebody has to get the credit for it. Mm-hmm.
but
Good
I'm
shot.
thinking if you go if we're talking about managers,
Mm-hmm.
the acid test for a manager, you see that he's making progress is if he's winning something.
No, I don't think that's the only test. I think it is a
Or at
test,
least
though.
winning
No,
games
I
at
mean, but then
least.
how else?
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at the team, and yes, okay, you finished sixth last year and you finished fourth. Are we
Mm-hmm.
saying that you just only finished fourth? That's a success.
I think
In,
for
in
instance,
that
the way I look at it,
situation, I think it'd be a success. 6 to 4 is, you know.
because I'm saying, what did it take to
Okay,
get to fourth?
But
Because
30
I
second
look at
ain't
it
no
from,
big thing.
I'm not just
30
talking. I'm
second
not
with
just talking.
nothing is not
Memphis, I'm
that
not
big.
just talking about one season.
Mm,
Your ceiling is fourth.
Mhm.
mm,
Okay, now put it this way: your ceiling is never winning a trophy, but
mm.
your team gets more points in the league, but you never win anything. How do you get legendary status if you only do that?
No, I agree. Legendary status must come with trophy shot. I guess my point is that in the case of Ali, you can't keep saying that we progress, we progress, we progress. Zlatan said it. The team that he was on at United is far less than the team now. He said that. But then Zlatan said, I want trophies though. Right? I want Zlatan's
Um,
right. If you don't win the trophies, well, this is what Zlatan said. Okay. But we're saying if you don't win the trophies though, then you have nothing to prove. I agree. But I do understand Ali's point about the fact that Man United have 12 more points now than they did last season. So it's progress. And why do we always say it's all about results? Okay? It's all about results. No matter if Shaq, let's say Arsenal comes 10th this season, hope not, they come 10th. If you come 10th next season, is not who you gonna blame?
Xhaka.
Well, if it
Because then
depends,
because
it depends on what happened during the summer.
and I agree. So then now Ollie gets Some of the players he wants his first time, he comes third. He gets a few more, he hopefully will come second. Doesn't that mean that when you give him what he wants, he produces better results? The goal is always the league, but he's always produced better results. So the question is then, if you gave him everything he needs and then he comes first, at what point do you not give him the credit? You have to give him the credit. That's my
Right,
point.
when he comes first, when he gets what he wants and he comes first, then he gets the credit.
So in other words, you're saying that if you don't win a trophy, a manager has not accomplished any progression?
I mean,
Okay.
yeah, individual progression with the team. Of course, you can develop better players, and that's good, and that's a part of your job.
Mhm.
But to be remembered, you have to win something.
Yes, to be remembered.
To be gauged at the point where I'm saying that you're better than this person or better than that person. Show me your CV.
So you're saying second place is not better than 20th? We're all the same.
Okay. I think the way that you're looking at it is
Because
just
we haven't won the title. Second
No,
didn't win
you
it.
haven't,
20
exactly.
wins
Nobody
it,
has
it's
won
the
a
same.
title. You haven't won a title yet.
But a second can't be better than 20. Second can't be less than 20th when I'm second and
No,
you're
second
20th.
is better than 20th. But I'm saying
Yeah,
when you
but
look at the manager, though.
second ain't that much better than third, or any better at all.
Yeah, but everybody have to play the same amount of games and everybody get 3 points. And you have to play the game in front of you. I played mine, you played yours, I won more than you. So doesn't that then mean that my team is better than yours? At least this season?
Well,
At
the
least
way
this
the way
season.
the way I was looking at it, right, that I don't think all managers will have the same perspective or view the same way. Because let's look at it this way: the top clubs in Premier League. Since we're talking about Arsenal and United, about Ole and Arteta, we talk about
Mhm.
them. And then if you look at, like, let's say West Ham or like Newcastle, they won't be judged the same way. I think Arteta and Ole's job would be assessed about, because we know how big of a club Arsenal and United are.
Mhm.
History or whatever are where they should be. So I think in that perspective that you judge Arteta and Ole on the amount of titles they win. If
Yeah.
they were at like Newcastle, it would be like, okay, you consider a
Right.
good manager for this team if you finish 10th place, because you don't expect a team
That's
like
an excellent
Newcastle
point.
to be finishing up at fourth and contending. So a fourth place, 10th place, because if you look like, who was Sheffield,
Yeah.
coach from last season, we saw him finish above height. I mean, you don't expect
Mhm.
them to do that. So you could say that, okay, he did take Sheffield from where they are and brought them up.
Progress.
Yes, he considered a good manager there. But if you're looking at like Pep, Klopp, Ole,
Trophy.
Arteta, Jose, at these top clubs that you expect to contend for FA Cup, Premier
Mhm.
League, Champions League, those European titles, I
Yeah.
think it's
You're right.
titles you judge those by.
Yeah, you're right, Mo. You're
Yeah.
spot on.
You're spot on on that. I guess it gets more difficult when it's two young managers in the game. They both have teams with high expectations. At what point do you say, you know what? He have 3 trophies, you have 4. So
And,
the one with 4 is better than the one with 3. Because I won
and
one
then
more than you did.
you also have to look at the resources that has been given to by these two managers. When you
Yeah.
factor that in, one is supposed to be doing better than the other based on the resources that has been given. And if
Yeah.
the one manager is not doing better than the one who he has gotten more than, then you call him into question.
Yeah,
Yeah, like in
because
the
I
case like when
remember.
you give Lampard 200 million and you expect to be further up the table than and otherwise, and it's for a
Exactly.
club like Chelsea, you know. Go ahead, Moy.
Yeah, because on the same point, I remember after the loss that Man U suffered against Leicester, I asked Memphis the question, if it was time for Oli to be out. And I remember his response was, I think he said that,
Said for
um,
what?
yeah, he said for what? Then I asked him if he got all his players that he wants and he still don't produce the results or win a title at least with the players
Hmm.
coming, is it time to be said that it's a change in management?
Yeah, I think so. I think that that's the best gauge. You said you wanted this, we gave it to you. And you know why funny you said that? Why funny you said that? Because I read an article with what's his name? Chelsea's owner, what's it, Abramovich, and he was talking about why do you why do you do what you do in terms of firing all those managers and all that stuff. And Abramovich was saying that we set goals for all of our managers, and when they don't achieve the goals, they know upfront that they're going to be fired. So they know coming in, this is what you're supposed to achieve. This is what we're going to give you. You don't get it, you're out the door. It's very very simple. You get the targets, you stay. You know, because he manages it like a business. He doesn't. He removes the emotion from it, and he sees it purely based on return on investment. That's how he sees it. You know,
He's
and
Russian. He
if
has
it's
no
his club,
emotions.
that's why you want to run his club. That's why you want to run his club. You know, and I think maybe we put too much emotion into it about what we like and what we don't like. He's saying when he looks at it, I think somebody said the stat that since Abramovich took over Chelsea, I think Chelsea have won more in terms of number of trophies than any other Premier League club since Abramovich took over. So Abramovich is saying my system works. When you looked at the FA Cups, when you looked at the Premier League titles, when you looked at, I think it's one Champions League they won, you know, you look at that and he's like, I've done it, you know,
Two
for
Europa
me
Leagues.
personally, you know. So I say if you give Ollie, I'm on Ollie in all the way. If you give him what he wants and he still doesn't produce, you fire him straight up. I think that's how it should be. You know, a couple people here though. Something Afri said here that is a pet peeve of mine. You know, big ups to Afri. I agree because Fulham playing better football than the likes of Burnley. Sometimes you just unlucky, and y'all better football is what I'm saying. You know, and I think this is something that Memphis and I were discussing, and I said this made the same point that you know how what is better football? Is there such a thing? You know. And I remember Shaq was saying the same thing too. Shaq made the point to me the other day where he was saying about run ball. And after the show, I thought about it and I realized, okay, that's a colloquial Caribbean thing. So let me ask the official question. Somebody give me a proper definition for what it means to run ball, quote unquote, run ball. Because maybe I don't understand what that means. Anybody can help me with that? What run ball mean? Because I
Here we
think I
go
know what
again.
you think it means. I think y'all know what think it means. To me, run ball always meant that you, for the other people, I think y'all mean, is that you're playing a possession based game wherein you dominate the individual so much so that you control the opposition's. You control the run of play. You control the run of play to the point where they basically, you're packed in their half. And that's so overwhelming. You score a majority of goals. And if for some reason you don't score lots of goals, they never even had a shot on target. You're so dominating, that is the case. But isn't that still a preference of a style of football? That's my question. Isn't that still a preference? It seems like a preference to me because that is the same thing that we're saying here about how we're judging managers. Why are we judging managers based totally upon personal preferences rather than on facts? Because I had this argument with somebody with Josie versus Pep years ago, and I told them Josie is better than Pep because Josie has more trophies than Pep. And they're like, what? What? You see the way Pep plays and you see the way Jose plays? And I'm like, what does that have to do with anything?
Wait, you just kind of counter your Arteta Ali point just there, right?
No, not let's you can tell me how, but answer my question. If you think so, show me. But I'm just making a point that the person was saying that Pep is better than Jose because Pep run ball and Jose don't run ball. But yet at the time, Jose had more trophies than Pep, and aren't managers judged by trophies?
Does Jersey
That
still
was
have more
that,
trophies?
I have to double check. You know, I have to double check. But my point being is that it seemed to me like they were doing it based on style. Like all the Messi people say Messi is better than Cristiano. Why? Because you like Messi's style? Isn't it the same thing? Okay, I'm done.
I mean, Messi is more talented, but Ronaldo is still better because the boss work hard. Right?
So Messi don't work hard.
I mean, just look back to last season, boss walk on the pitch.
What? I mean, even if you're looking at it now, Messi didn't have one of his more talented seasons per se. And if you look at it, he was. I mean, there's certain arguments right now in football where you don't like go into it because you know you're not like a Messi and Ronaldo argument. You would never be like, you see, no, okay, let's come to a conclusion. Ronaldo is better than Messi. Let's come to a conclusion. Messi is better than Ronaldo. It's like you would never see it because I remember a time I had an argument with some set of United fans, and they would like, who would you say is better in per se, Rooney or Aguero? So I'm like, you want to fight your argument for Aguero because as a City fan, you know you want to see Aguero look superior. But then on the other hand, I mean, you would never come to a conclusion saying United fans saying Aguero is better or City fans saying Rooney is better because when you're looking at it, you mean like Aguero has done a lot for City, and
Aguero is better. It's not difficult.
But see that's my point. My point is that are we making decisions opposed
that
to
one.
who is better than who based upon what criteria? Is there an established criteria for what makes one person better than the other?
Well, if it's
Because
strikers with goals per
little while ago,
game,
y'all would tell me that Zidane cannot be in the category of a legend manager because he's only won 3 Champions Leagues. So what does the man have to do? What does he have? How many league titles does he have to win for it to be said that he is the greatest? Just today in basketball, it's saying Dwayne Wade. Somebody asked Dwayne Wade who's the GOAT, and he's like Michael Jordan. And then he said, my partner LeBron, he's my best friend and everything, but he has to win. He has to be top of the scoring charts. He has to win a few more NBA titles in order for me to be, and scoring titles in order for me to consider him to be greater than Michael Jordan, and he knows it. So it seems like if everybody has their own personal preference, but there's no actual stats. So how can someone just walk in and say, when I say that Arteta is better than Oli right now, I'm saying it based on the fact that I think my preference that Arteta is under Pep, and then when you're under Pep, you probably have a better education because you were assistant manager to someone that has won titles. But then Oli was coming from where? Mulder? United Academy?
yeah,
Who
but
you
he
learn
still
from?
won titles. You learned from Fergie.
You won the Norwegian title.
Uh-huh. And
Is
Arteta
that
set out
something?
tones.
All right.
But
Okay.
the same thing you're talking about, learning and education, that reflects in his style, right?
That's true.
Yes.
Okay. So, Arsenal run ball, right?
Okay. And I went on. Nobody, Shaq hasn't said anything to me yet. So I was wondering, Shaq, what is run ball?
I mean, I get the feeling that even if I give my definition,
Mm-hmm.
it won't be the definition that you want to hear because you want to make the point that Ole is running ball on a
No.
counter-attacking system. That's
That's
the
not
point you were
running
My,
making.
ball.
That's the point you were making with Memphis.
That's not
my
running
brother,
ball.
the
That's my
point I was
point.
the point I was
That's
trying to make,
barely
brother.
playing football.
I'm baiting you, of course, brother. I'm baiting you. The
I
point I'm
know
trying to
that.
make though is that running ball. I want you to admit that running ball is
It,
relative.
no, Josh.
No,
I
it's
would
not.
not say that running ball is
Okay,
relative
it's
because
relative.
that would be me. That would be me saying that a counter-attacking style of play you
Mhm.
could be considered as a running ball, but you're not doing anything. What you do, that kind of system is solely dependent upon the other team making a mistake. The other team that's dominating the play, making a mistake. If this team doesn't make a mistake, if this team doesn't give away the ball, you don't get the ball to counter attack. And even if I'm the attacking team and I scored, then that's
Mhm.
when you get the ball. But then I'm already set up at the back too, so you're not gonna score. You're just gonna give me the ball. Then when I get it and coming at you again, you clear it, and I keep coming back at you. That's what it is.
Two
Especially
questions.
How
spreading the
can you
field.
say that you're running ball? What are you
Two
running? You're
questions.
running around the pitch.
Two
Running on the pitch.
questions. Two questions in your analysis, there, brother. Could it be that you're underestimating the importance and the dominance of defending? and taking away the opposition's ball
No,
because
no,
Yo,
stop,
if
stop,
it's
stop
not
there. Let me answer that one first.
wait. I'll finish my point. If the counter attacking is not limited to the individual making a mistake, but me forcing that mistake by my system. So if I take the ball from you and then immediately counterattack, which is a systematic way of counterattacking. It's not haphazard where we just kick the ball up, you run and tap it in. Everybody has to make systematic runs. You have to run here, you have to sit here, you have to overlap here. They practice the counterattack. And it all starts with two defensive midfielders, sometimes two, sometimes one, sometimes none, making sure that they take the opposition's ball and then they know what to do with the ball. You have to practice that. It's a tactic. And I'm just saying
It's
that
a
that
tactic.
is as,
Exactly. It's a
but how is that
tactic.
any different? How is that
It's
any
not,
different?
that is not asserting your dominance on a play. On play, you come planning. You know what? If they do this, if I can get them in this
No.
area, how about you plan? You know what? I am going to do this. I am going to do that, so that this team will react this way. You don't do that.
Yes.
That's not what you're doing by playing a
But
counter-attacking system.
isn't it the same thing? Isn't it the same thing technically? Because I know you're going to play this particular way, so I've already decided to play this particular way, and it's no different than if Pep comes in saying we're going to do a specific high press, and then I'm going to counter the high press by playing that little space between the last defender and the keeper, because I know that space will be open because you did a high press. So I have a system for your system. So why is your system any more dominant than mine? Just because yours is prettier?
Because I have the ball.
So having the ball means you're dominant, but it can't be the case.
Yeah, but then you can't score without the ball.
Yeah, and when I got the ball, you couldn't stop my counter-attack.
Oh, you see, this is where you're going at. When you get the ball, when are you going to get it?
When I take it from you. When I take it from you.
But you didn't set up to take it from me. You set up for me to make a mistake, and then you get it.
No. I set up to take it from you and then counterattack and score. It's two parts to the system. One part is to sit deep and take the ball from the opposition. And the second part is to divert the ball at the proper attacking outlets so that I can score. It's a system that needs to be respected.
It's
Equal
not a
to
system.
that system.
It's not a system.
I mean, it has. Okay, go ahead,
For it to be a system, we have to play it every game. It's not a system.
I disagree with that. I disagree with that too, because you can play different systems. You can play different systems according to the opposition and according to who's on the field. And all managers do that. I think that there is this novelty that Pep and Klopp have their I can't say one system because they have many systems, but they have a system that they use most often. And just because those guys decide that they're going to go into most games and play the system that they usually play, all of a sudden that system is now considered to be running ball. I think that's unfair to all the other systems. I think it's unfair because how come Leicester decide to play that exact system against all the teams in the Prem for a whole season and win a league?
You said everybody else bad that season. Don't come with that.
I said that, but actually it's unfair to say that. It's unfair to say that because everybody played everybody and they won their league fair and square. They kept playing the same system over and over again.
And where did they end up the next season? Playing the same system.
Who does?
Where did the manager end up next season?
But look at Klopp. Klopp played his system last season and won everything. And come this season, now he's down in sixth.
He didn't win everything. He won one thing.
Okay, but so did Leicester. Won one thing, and they come last. There's no guarantee you'll come the next season and win. I'm just saying the simple fact that respect all the systems. That's what I'm trying to say.
I'm saying the counter-attacking, that's a tactic. You can't go into a system. You can't go into a game, into a season wanting to play. You know what? This is what I am going to do. And then if you do that, let me put it this way: if you do that, you're not the dominant team.
That's mid-table mentality.
And you're not running ball.
It's still a preference.
No.
That's what you want to put it down to.
If you want to watch counter-attack, every week, go watch Brighton or something.
I'm just saying that Jose has done that. hasn't he?
And look at
Hasn't
Jose
Jose?
now.
Yeah, but he also has
That's
a
why
lot of
George is the top
trophies and a
manager.
lot of
In the
titles.
past decade, back in the days of Jorg.
So when he won those things, they weren't credible at the time of him winning them.
Back then, yeah. That's the kind of football I run now.
All right. So because it's no longer applicable now means that it's no longer considered to be the established style. So somebody tell me, what is the system now that's considered to be running ball? Pep and Klopp. Nobody else can come with any
No,
other system.
Oh, we
the
didn't
system that United played when Ali first came. Attacking, quick movement football. That can
Uh,
work. The whole sit
I,
back and wait for City for pass the ball, but that no.
I can't. There's no way you
Because
can consider that to be running ball.
yeah, I think you can consider that
No
running
way.
ball. If you see running ball as relative, then you would appreciate the work it takes to do that system. The work it takes, because
there's
it's
no
not.
work involved. You just
I
stand
hear
up
a
and
lot of
wait.
your defense, I hear a lot of you that no, you don't. So then that's what I'm saying. Only attackers would think that way, because defenders would not. Defenders will
And only
understand.
defenders would think that way.
No, defenders who think that way is not the classic defender. The modern day defender who want to fly up and score goals all the time. But I never forget when Jose said that he set up his team. He set up his team to stop Messi in 2010, and he did it.
Mm-hmm.
He said he went into the game. He said, him and Point Bro. He went into the game, okay, and he said, Inter, you're gonna play this way, and you're gonna win this game. And he had a specific system that he practiced on the training ground, defensive system, so that when Barca does this, right, we already have an answer for it. We have an answer. We're gonna do A, B, C, and D. And then when we get A, B, C, and D, it's not just taking the ball, but we're going to go over and score. Now, the question is, did it work? Wasn't that Jose's system? Call it tactic, system, tactic. He did it. It worked. And everybody's like, oh, Jose parked the bus. Park the bus is no different than high press. High press is no different than clock, sticky tacker stuff. All of it is the same. You know? We say 4-3-3 is a system, 4-4 is a system. Okay, to me, again, I think we're playing around with the words of system versus formation versus tactic. We need to get specific definitions because it seems like if you're rubbing all three words together. But I just don't think that I don't see any.
No, we're not.
No, but y'all can't tell me the difference between
That's
park the
what
bus.
you're doing.
Ask the question. Okay, let me ask it this way: what's the difference between park the bus, high press, and tiki taka? All of them are the same to me. I'm sorry. All of them are the same to me. Because park the bus has an offensive part to it too.
Come on, say
There's an offensive come on. Park the bus has an you can't. When Jose sets up the park the bus is a phrase that they added to Jose. But when Jose sets up his defensive block, you have to do something when you get the ball. You don't just boot the ball up and say we're sitting. There's a plan with the ball once you get the ball. It's the same thing like Pep's system as well too. You ever see whenever you ever check what happens in Barca and even Man City when they lose the ball?
Nothing.
How do they get the ball back? I mean, there's this, but how?
Watch them just kick it up the field.
I'm just saying that when they lose the ball,
Fred just passes it back to them.
That's funny, but I'm just saying that when you watch Pep's teams, whenever they lose the ball, they have this aggressive mentality to get back the ball because their system is designed by possession. They can only be effective if they have the ball. And I'm saying that Jose's park the bus system is designed to block you off, stop you there, and then hit you on the counter attack. It's worked. He's won titles and seasons on it. So I just want to know what's the difference between park the bus, high press, and tiki taka. They're all systems.
They're all different systems.
Fine.
They're not the same system.
No, I agree. But why are we making high press and tiki taka have more glory running ball versus park the bus? Oh, no. Real teams don't park the bus. Yeah. I think that's unfair to park the bus. It's unfair to park the bus to say that. Okay. All right.
Because
Yeah.
if you're playing a quality team, all the park the bus, you park the bus, you still lose.
Mm-hmm. I disagree with that too.
Unless they make a
I
bad pass or
disagree with that
something,
too.
you can
So no
still
tiki
lose.
taka teams, no tiki taka
Because
teams ever
no,
lose. There's no way. Go
wait.
ahead.
If you defend for 90 minutes, you think you're gonna win the game?
But park the bus is not just defense, Memphis.
No, but if you defend for 90 minutes, you think you're gonna win the game?
Yes, if you do the park the bus mentality properly. Because
Mm-hmm.
park the bus is not just park the bus. That's my
So you
point.
did Jose park the bus for the whole season?
Which whole season?
Any of his seasons? Did he park the bus for the whole season?
And did Pep do his entire system for the whole season?
Yes.
And did Leicester do their entire system for the whole season?
Yes.
This is why I'm saying you can change your system. You don't have to do one system the whole season. But I'm just saying don't disrespect the park the bus because you love tiki taka.
And the thing is, Ollie only does the whole sit back thing because of what's available. That's not what he wants to do.
Okay.
So you can't even make that argument for Ollie anyway, because that's not even what he wants to do. He only have to play Fred and McTominay because Sugarloaf and I don't even call Maguire after call Maguire behind me.
Okay, I'm just saying. I've already said it. I heard you. I hear you. I hear your point. But I still, I guess I don't feel convinced. I don't feel convinced.
Yeah, because
that,
you play defense.
you
You play defense. That's all. You just want the defense get some glory. You want
I
some love.
just-
You want Van Dijk to win a Ballon d'Or. I understand.
I guess
I
I just. So you're telling me if Oli had better players, he'd play like Pep.
Ollie not
Why?
gonna sit back.
No, but why he's playing like Pep the standard?
It's not. Ollie doesn't play like Pep when United play attacking football.
Okay, so everyone can only be effective if they have the ball. Yes, and the other teams won't just turn and shoot at their own keeper. But then my point being is that how much of the ball do you need to have to be considered effective?
Now,
I
that's a
will have the
different
ball.
question. No, that's a
No.
different question. No, yes, it is.
So,
You don't need a lot of the ball to be effective because you can have 5% possession and win the game. That's not that's not what we were questioning just now. We were questioning whether having 5% of the ball is running ball. No, it's not.
so running ball is possession.
Not only possession, but you can't be sitting back and having 5% of the ball. That's not
Why?
running ball. What did
Why?
you do to run ball? You can't run ball if you have 5% possession. You can't say you run ball because you don't have the ball.
You ain't
You
doing
need
nothing
the
with the
ball
ball.
to score goals.
This is why I asked the question: what is running ball? Is running ball doing well, or is running ball having possession?
Doing
I
well,
mean,
asserting your dominance on the team.
But doing well is relative because if I'm a defender,
doing well.
yes,
Oh,
I'm done again, Joe.
doing well is relative. Doing well is relative because doing well for a striker is different than doing well for a defender, guys.
Yo, because you don't
Oh, come on, guys, work with me here. Work with me here.
The plot, dog.
No, dog. Listen to me because y'all are seeing it from
half of the
perspective.
United show was this, dog.
I was
Half of the
seeing
United show,
from
dog.
perspective.
No, I mean, you can't just say you're seeing it from defender's perspective. I mean,
I said logical perspective. I'm saying
you're looking at defense.
If you're a striker and you take a shot, and then your placement of your left foot and your right foot, and your placement of your right foot, and you curl the ball in the top corner, somebody can say you run ball. Answer that question first.
If it's just that you did, if that's all you did for the whole game.
If you're a defender and you strike the ball well and you score a beautiful goal, if somebody come and say you run ball, would they have accurately used the phrase run ball?
If that's all they did in the game, no.
So then what would a striker individually have to do to be able to consider to be running ball? Because you just said that running ball is doing well. See, running ball is doing well. If my defensive unit is stopping the opposition from scoring, aren't they running ball, or they have to have the ball in the defense to be considered running ball?
That's defending, though. That's a completely different situation.
So running ball only running. That's my question then. Running ball then applies only to offense.
Wait. No, it doesn't. Wait,
running
that's nice.
Answer the question.
Come on, if you make nice.
I'm making nice, bro. I'm asking the question. He didn't answer
So let
my
me
question.
answer.
So
Let me answer.
you heard
Let
the
me
question?
answer. Yes.
You heard the question? Okay, go
Yes.
ahead.
If they're defending and they stop the
Mhm.
opposition from score, yes, the defender ran ball. But did you
Okay.
that's not all it is. That's just that position running ball. The whole team ain't run ball.
So if my team sets up a defensive unit and they successfully take the ball,
Mm-hmm.
distribute it, and score with 5% possession,
Mm-hmm.
haven't they run ball in that play?
You can't just run ball in one play.
We
That's
just
not
talking
running
about.
ball.
I thought we were
You
talking
didn't
about
understand what Josh.
overall.
You didn't understand what Josh is trying to get at now. The
Hold on.
defense will run ball,
How
and
you
then you
go from
score from a counter attack.
defending
That's what
from
it is.
one? You said defend for the whole game, and you can't just go from the whole game to one situation. You said whole game
I
first.
just don't get it.
But how do
Because
we go
you're not
from dominance of overall to just one play now all of a sudden? Just one
no,
Yo,
single
because
play.
because football is a game of plays. Football is a game of systematic plays, and to me, it's no different if I am a defender and then Messi come to me and I take the ball from Messi, lay it off the defensive midfielder, I overlap. I, as a defender,
hmm
take the ball, cross it to my striker scores, park the bus, but yet me no run ball. Oh, I just scored. You had
that's
95%
no,
possession.
no,
But you
no, no,
I didn't
no,
do.
no,
That's
I did,
just
no.
from the
silly,
from
though.
the moment I took the
Josh,
ball to the
Josh,
moment.
Josh,
Listen to my point. From the
Josh,
moment I took the ball to the moment I scored, in my park the
Josh,
bus mentality, didn't I systematically do that? Why does running ball?
Josh.
This is why I'm asking you a question. Does running ball mean you have to only have possession of the ball for a large amount of time?
No, running ball means you have to do it not just in one instance. You have to consistently do it. So, okay, let me use your situation. You're sitting back, you defend. If you take with the ball from them about 10 times a score, you run ball. Okay, fine. If you only do it once,
You know,
you
run ball, you
run
can't do
ball.
that. My
You're
goodness.
lucky. If
Okay.
it's just the one time you do it, you know run the ball. You just want a centre back with a Ballon d'Or. That's all now. That's all you want, isn't it?
I do
I mean,
understand the
yeah,
way about it.
go back, go back to that point with with there was the Sterling and one Bissaka. I mean, yeah, even if you're looking at it, you can say,
Thank you.
I
And if you
Yeah,
even
mean,
but
get my
he
point,
had to
that's
do
the
it
same
throughout
thing.
the game. He
yeah,
had to
you
do
have
it
to be
throughout
doing
the game,
That's the
not just
point. I think
once.
that Josh is not he's not listening.
No, but my
It's
point,
not
yeah,
just
guys, is that what if you do that? Why is it that Wan-Bissaka is running ball? Because the whole game he stopped Sterling. The man run ball. He run ball today. So how is it
That,
any different than you park the bus for the whole game, and then you say, you know what, my team run ball today. You didn't score. I don't see how it's any different.
the defenders run ball, but if we didn't score either, how you gonna say we ran ball?
you didn't want to score.
but it's not a
You
whole
didn't
thing
want.
though.
You
It's
didn't
not a
plan to
whole team
score.
thing.
But I'm saying though that football, yes, is obviously about scoring goals, but the park the bus mentality has an offensive side to it. It's not
It
celebrated,
really
but
doesn't.
it
Josh, you're
does.
frozen by the way.
Oh, okay. I maybe need to go and come back in. But let me just say this and do that. Right, we do have to close. I'm just saying that the park the bus mentality is not just about stopping the offense. It's about also catching them on the counter. I just don't understand why that is not also considered
Yeah,
running
but
ball.
if you only get one opportunity to catch them on the counter, you technically
One,
still yeah. If it's just the one, because you're saying the one, the 5% is basically one.
but that's the 5% is a relative situation. I was giving an example, okay? It could be
Uh-huh.
10, it could be 15. I don't care how
If
many times it is, but if my team has 10% possession and we have
uh-huh,
5 shots on target and
uh-huh.
five shots on target, and your team has 90% possession and have 12 shots and one on target, I run ball. You didn't run ball. I won 2-0. You don't need to have the ball.
Right,
I
but then
do
you see,
not
then
Yeah,
again,
but
that's
you
different
took
because
five shots. You had
right.
five
That's my
shots.
point. The shots that you just said would dictate that you did more than just sitting back.
Yeah,
You're
but I
trying to
sat
make the
back.
point for parking
Uh-huh.
the bus. and it's two complete different things you're saying to
Park,
us.
Okay, so guys, you
parking the
telling me every
bus mean parking the bus mean you don't leave your half, you know.
no, but my point is, bro, you're telling me that every time somebody park the bus, you're telling me that they park the bus, and then when the man get the ball in defense, they just boot it and sit back. You never see somebody do a low, let's not call it park the bus, because that's different. Let's call it a low defensive block. You never see nobody do a low defensive block for a whole game and
Mhm.
score goals.
How many goals did they score?
Who cares? City Magnum,
That's that's
City
the that's what comes.
City
That's where the
somebody.
running ball come in.
No, because City can knock somebody 1-0 and have 90% possession. And I knock you 1-0 and have 10% possession. What's the difference? We both ran ball.
But did
Just
City create
differently.
one chance to score?
I mean, not really. No,
But
no.
I created 5 chances. I created 5 chances, big man. I only scored one.
Yeah, but
But
that 10% is I doubt he's created 5 chances. 10%.
look back at all the Man City games. Look back at
Mhm.
all the Man City games.
In
See,
those Man
listen.
City games, hold on. In those Man City games, United created more chances than City. So you can't
And
really
it,
use that either.
and we played the counter-attacking mentality that obviously
And
everybody is
there
saying
were
should not be
times in those
respected.
games, especially that last one, where United actually held the ball. They didn't just give it back to City after a while or try and score. They
But you
actually tried to
assume
hold
the
on
low
to the
def-
ball.
but you assume Memphis that the low defensive block means that you give back the opposition the ball. Why are you assuming that?
Because that's what happens.
I mean,
No,
okay,
I don't.
okay. This is a good example. Look at the City versus the QPR game on the last day of the season. What was QPR doing for the last after Man City went up for like the last 5 minutes? We clearly see them doing that park the bus mentality after a while. And soon as the ball went there, they kicked that straight back up the field for that City counter attack again. For that City play again. That's in the term of the way you say park the bus and give them back.
Yes, I agree. They should have they chose to do that. But then if you actually see the way Jose does it, he always has an outlet. There's always someone there to receive the ball and take the ball out. No, do they always do it successfully? They do not always do it successfully. Just like how everybody else's system isn't perfect and not always successful. Pep's high press, I don't know, Klopp's high press has its weaknesses too. Every system has its weaknesses. I just want individuals to accept the simple fact that all of them are systems and all of them are relative. That's just that's how I see it. You know, we went way too long than we were supposed to, but I didn't read this one. Josh, don't play FIFA. Park the bus in FIFA. Nobody pass offline. All when it not with me. Not with
That's not
me.
part. That's not
All
part
when
of us. Then you
that's what
play
I'm trying to
weekend league.
say. This is
You
why
play
this
weekend league.
bro.
He
This is
don't
why
he
I
don't
said.
play he don't play one depth drop back Memphis. Mm-mm.
This
Yo,
is
if you
why
play
I
weekend
said.
league and play one that drop back, right? I lose,
Nah.
you lose all the game. You lose all.
This is why I said, bro, that this is why. Yeah, I forget what I was gonna say now. This is why I said let's not call it park the bus. Let's just call it a low defensive block. That's it. Everybody
Okay,
sit back.
okay. So
Change
here
it to
what we gonna do.
that. Him,
Here
him
what we
what you
gonna do.
say here though. What you say here though. Okay, simply put, running ball is the amount of chances created. That's what I can agree with. I can agree with that. But that's relative too. So if I have 12 chances, if
Lord.
I have 12 chances,
Yo.
I can agree with that. You know why I can agree with that? I can agree with that simply because of the fact that everybody look at the last Man City game. I think we had like what I think I have to double check. I'm throwing it off the top of my head. But we had like 8 or 9 chances and 8 or 9 shots and like 7 on target or something or the other. And we were playing counter attack. We were sitting back, and
I
nobody
wouldn't
can
say we
tell
were
me, man,
playing counter attack that
oh,
game.
come on, Memphis, you know we play counter attack. When we play against
Like,
City, we play counter attack. We don't come to City and say possession, come at you, domination. Nobody does that with Man City. Man City right now is we sit back, City come at us, and we counter. How come we created so many chances? Because it's a system like every other system, equal, respect it.
Okay, but
That's
here what we gonna do to end this argument. When the football free up, me, Shaka Moore will be on the attacking team, and I guess you and Skill can go sit back. Wait, what is that? What ball's gone?
I'm here. I'm here.
Ah, you or Skiller or whoever, y'all can park the bus, and we will attack you, and we will see who wins the game.
Sure. Yeah, had a problem with
It's
that.
not just about winning though, Memphis.
So-
No, we will see who
It's
won
not.
ball. Ah, let's see
You
who won
you
ball.
see who run ball because I don't just can't be the and say, boy, yeah, boy, I run ball today. You
I
still like,
believe
well, I
it.
run ball.
I
Your skill
believe it.
can run ball. That's
I
not what we
believe
say.
it.
We say you and skill could run ball. Just like what I think is Joe said it about Wan Bissaka and Sterling.
Yep.
So yeah, you and skill and run ball behind it. But then what
But my
happened to
team
your
never got
midfield
ball.
and your strikers and them? What them they do? Then they run ball too?
Yeah, dog. The two defensive midfield, bro. They did their job. They did their job. They sat there and they shielded my back four. And then when my centre backs and them took the ball, they passed it to my defensive midfielders. And my defense and they played possession in the midfield. And then I swing it out to my Rashford and my Martial in the wings. And I scored. My team run ball. I
I
run
mean,
ball
right,
today.
right now, if the ball go to Rashford on the wing, the boss try run cross, clean cross the next side without pass the ball. So
Okay.
Thank you,
We'll just leave it as
Munchie.
okay.
Yeah, we'll leave it there. We'll leave
yo,
it there. We'll leave
go
it
back to
there,
that
guys.
comment. I didn't get to see it.
Uh, oh man, it
Yo,
is.
next show, my comment my name relative, dog. Watch it.
You could put on everything is relative now. Every single thing we could use that word as a couple too.
Antics couple.
Second place is
That's
relative.
what we say as with the
Yep.
managers as well.
Yo,
You could
Shaq,
say, it's relative, whether we
Shaq,
call him
progress is relative.
I hear that.
It is.
Progress is relative.
Progress is relative.
It is exactly. I was making that point because Josh would say that Ole is doing better than Arteta, and then somebody else would come in and say, you know what,
So,
trophies is what we look at for progress.
Exactly. So why is it, Shaq, that it seems like the majority, because I don't care about the majority, but it seems like the majority is saying that because we see football a certain way, running ball can only mean one thing. That's what it sounds like.
Running
sounds
ball,
like that.
running
Come
ball is
on,
one.
man.
Running ball is one thing. Me and know you depend
So
on.
that can't relative. So I can
Yo.
pick and choose why I want relative and why I want
That's
absolute.
relative.
So
That's
who says so?
relative.
The footballing gods up there said
you
so.
just want to, you just want a defender win a Ballon d'Or. That's all.
You
Yeah.
know what?
I
You're
want that
right.
too. If they
Memphis,
deserve it,
you're right.
if they
People like
deserve
you
it,
all, people like you all, no offense, with that mentality is why Messi, Ronaldo, and strikers will continue to win Ballon d'Or. Because no matter
Josh,
what
you
Van
and I,
Dijk,
you and I
no
have had
matter
this
what
discussion
Van Dijk
over
does,
and
bro,
over
At
again.
all.
bro,
Saying that
no matter,
a defender,
bro,
if he deserves it, he should win the Ballon d'Or. So it's
But
not,
based on-
people like me. It's not people
Great.
like me.
bro,
My
based on
point
what
is
criteria?
that if you're running ball, a defender can run ball, and
How?
his defenders can run ball. If the other team is just attacking, but then the
So
other
team-
team is not
Van Dijk
running
the
ball.
last two,
You
Van Dijk the
can't be
last 2 seasons.
defensive team can't run ball. That's what you're saying. A defensive team can't run ball. That have
The
to be
defenders
it.
can run ball.
Not in this day and age. Because look
I
at
see,
Spurs.
It's not about the game, it's not about
Look
the
at
game,
Spurs.
it's either one
Look
of
at
them.
Spurs.
We can't do that.
This is-
I'll work with me.
This is
I'll work
Jose's
with
second
me.
season. This is when Jose is supposed to win something. And look at Jose.
I don't care about that because Pedro went that in the first season and him there run ball. Okay? People run ball.
Who
I'm
said
a run
Pep?
ball, man.
Hold on there. Hold on. Who
Pep
said
didn't
Pep
win
run ball
nothing.
in the first season? Who
Pep
said that?
wasn't doing that.
Who
So
said
Pep
that?
no run no ball the first season of Pep Man City. He
No,
the
who said
contradiction
that?
now. He the contradiction now.
If a
Lord
Munchie can bring
mercy.
up, right? If a Munchie can bring up that
Ask
account now.
Munchie.
That
Pep run
Munchie
ball the
account.
first season.
Munchie account.
Come on. So
Well,
Pep run.
Munchie can say
so
something
that means
else.
okay, guys. Then so if running ball then is then that you have to win to run ball, then you contradict yourself. Then it can't be the case. It cannot be the case.
But nobody ever said them some of the either no man. Say
Well,
you can
man-
run ball and lose to no.
Yeah, but Shaq, the man just tell me Pep no run the ball. He first season of Man City. How he
No,
no run the
no,
ball
no,
the first season of Man City?
If
That
Pep
makes
me there run
sense.
ball, if Pep me there run ball in the first season, one make the man buy a whole different squad.
Why he bought a whole different squad in first
Yeah.
season? Okay, because he wanted more. He wanted to win. That's simple as that. So he tried a different system, but he played his system, his game, the same Pep system, and he lose. So he figured I'm gonna find other players that can fit my system, and he took $400 some million in defense to do that. That's what he did.
Then he started
See,
running ball.
the only reason why Cannavaro, okay, that's why. Oh, come on. So what you did the whole first season, Shaq, Moy? What you did the whole first season? He
Not
played
run
awful
ball.
football. So he changed his system the second season. And the same system. Pep ever changed his
No.
system?
No.
Leandro
But
is making a very good point.
You can't say a defensive team runs ball if they aren't creating chances in the end. Just like if you can't say an offensive team runs ball if they're not creating chances either.
If the defense is solid, you can see the back line run ball, but not the team. There has to be a balance.
So there's no offense don't defend either.
what?
No,
Yo.
try that. 'Cause that's the key thing. That's the key thing to Jose's system. That's why you have the left winger or play left back, because that's a part of the man's system with a low defensive block. That's the whole part of the system.
Yo, the show overtime.
I see no-
Yo, the
I
show
don't
overtime.
like the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. But It was great though. I have maybe a sweat. Lord have mercy.
How you over there sweat?
Are you low black? Are you low black cultural tactic? I have your sweat.
You're right.
Because
No,
you
just
said
no, right?
you said
no.
Your argument was more running ball than what you were proposing.
But the thing is now, Ali get a couple signing. Ali now playing on low defensive block now.
Okay. All right.
So me right.
I think so too. I don't see Ali as a defensive coach though. I don't.
So how do you explain Simeone? Simeone never run no ball then. Simeone never run a ball in my opinion. Because he do all pure defense. He went title and so. He didn't do nothing else.
Simeone defend against Barcelona and Real Madrid. You ever
Answer
see
the
Atletico
question.
play against somebody else?
Okay, watch me have one last point for you. Jose is defensive coach, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So how come Real Madrid scored the most goals that they've ever scored in a season under Jose in the last 10 years? Check
Come on,
back the
Russia.
stats.
Now watch
Jose
it. Hold on
been
there.
kicking back
Hold on there.
in the whole
Hold on
season in
there.
La Liga.
Yo,
Hold on.
they try to run the shot. The
Wait.
system don't change. The system did not change, Shaq.
Don't
The system did not change, Shaq. He had better players
First
to
of
do
all,
his
wait.
defensive system,
Wait.
and they scored the goals because his
Wait.
system can create chances, and he
Wait.
did. If Ali had
Wait.
better players, Ali would play the same system against City and
Wait.
bang them by more goals instead of 2. He'd bang them by
Wait.
5. Because
Hello.
then Martial would have scored his, then it'd be 3-0.
Hello.
And then Cavani would have scored his, then it'd be 4-0. And then Rashford would have
Hello.
scored 2 more, and it'd be 6-0. But they're
Hello.
good enough, so they get 2-0. Oh, this is okay.
Hello.
That's what happened.
Hello. You done?
Yo, Mavis, before you go, Leandro making some good points tonight.
No,
Leandro,
but
you
hold
win.
on.
Okay, go ahead, Memphis. Go ahead.
Hold on. Because he talking about Jose and Real Madrid. Only one team Jose would have to park the bus for at Real Madrid.
That's my point.
Nope.
One
The
team.
system didn't change.
Hold on. This is what,
System didn't
No.
change.
Look at the highlights of that season.
Oh, boy.
Tell me how
Better
much
players.
defending you see.
Better players, bro. Better
Tell me that-
players, bro.
That's what I said. If all you get better players, the boss now park no bus now, no low block.
Oh, my goodness. So, Inter team not me good. Inter team not me good.
look
In
at it.
Italian league?
This is the point that for me, I think that I'm making here. Jose ran ball, the same defensive Jose ran ball against United and City, but you can't say he ran ball against Arsenal. When at that game when we played a couple weeks ago, you wouldn't say that Tottenham run ball.
I know. No, they didn't. They didn't run ball. I
Exactly, that's
agree.
the point. And Munchie is saying that Brighton defense will run ball. And sweating.
No, that is
Yo,
how much
you
respect
tell
is
if you want to
relative.
counter attacking, go watch Brighton now.
Mm-hmm.
But this, I prefer to end with, we end with this one. We end with that one, the Josh.
Yeah, sweating is
Yeah,
relative.
we
Yo, change
Oh
change the
boy.
title and show to relative, dog.
We will. We probably. We get to the last one. Here we're going to talk. But anyway, we're done. We're done. We'll save that one for next show. All right, the last question. But yo, thanks guys for everything. Y'all bait me back into the conversation. Munchie, stop putting comments in because I can show you how he was defensive. I can show you how. But anyway, moving
I
on.
just
Points.
I just found it how funny that the show was supposed to be like a would you rather show, a little thing turn it a whole wicked discussion.
Yo, I don't want to bring up a team with Di Maria, Ozil, Ronaldo, and Benzema. I'm about defensive.
Okay.
Then Faith,
All right.
trying to
All
finish.
right. So why you buy Michael Essien for? For the dog? Okay. All right.
SCM,
Moving on.
how much game SCM
Moving
put?
on. But why? That's another point. Point system. Anyway, moving on. We're done. We're done talk. We're done talk. All right. We're good way of saying Joshua and Bart tonight.
I'll see how much you run ball and football open up.
Thank you. Anyway, all right. Thank you guys for coming and thank you for the discussion. It's always a pleasure. That's what makes the game so beautiful. That we all can give our opinions, and still love the game. All right. Have a good night, everybody, and see you on Monday.
Thank you for watching Island Fans. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell. Thank you for watching Island Fans. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube. Thank you for watching Island Fans. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you'll know when there are new videos and updates. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and like us on Facebook. Island Fans, for the passion of the game.